Hey everyone, Man of Jack here with another movie review on The Incredible Hulk. This movie came out in 2008, and yes, it is canon, and that is what I want to talk about a little bit today. Of course, starring the egotistical motherfucker Edward Norton. I really like to put the blame on Edward Norton for how horrible this movie is, mostly because he was super uncooperative with Marvel Studios and pretty much rewrote the script himself, and it turned out pretty shitty and not a Marvel movie. Now, I don't want to talk about how shitty this movie is, we all know that, but I do want to talk about some of the things in this movie that may be playing out in the MCU later and things like that. Now, the first character I want to talk about is Boss Rouse. Boss Rouse is played by the actor William Hurt, and William Hurt is the only actor from this movie that is still in the MCU as of Captain America Civil War. However, Boss Rouse is pretty much the same character he was in The Incredible Hulk. He does not have very much character development from movie to movie. He is still the general in the military, and his opinion on the Avengers and superheroes is that they are inherently good, but that they need to be tamed, and he shows this in The Incredible Hulk. Now let's look into Betty Ross. This is Boss Rouse's daughter and Bruce Banner's love interest, and I just have one question. Where the fuck is she, Marvel? She is not mentioned whatsoever in the Avengers. She obviously has a big impact on the emotional state of Bruce Banner, but she is just like, it's just like she never existed. Where is she, Marvel? Please bring her back in some way, or at least reference her, because she is an emotional aspect for Bruce Banner. I want to talk about Bruce Banner a little bit. I don't actually think he has that much character development in this movie either. It kind of shows some of his struggles, like he can't have sex or like go for a run or anything like that because his heart rate will get too high. But I think most of the character development for Bruce Banner happens in Avengers, especially Avengers 2 Age of Ultron, and we'll see in Thor Ragnarok, but this movie is pretty much irrelevant for Bruce Banner in my opinion. We can talk a little bit about Abomination. He is a really cool adversary for the Hulk, but he's pretty much the same thing. I actually don't really hope they bring him back ever, but he's still out there and still can come back in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so we'll see. I do want to talk about the villain leader, though. He is teased in this movie at the end when Mr. Blue turns into the leader. I don't think Marvel will go this route and use him as a villain, but he is a really cool villain, pretty unique. We haven't seen anything really like him in the Marvel Cinematic Universe before, so maybe Phase 4 he'll come around, and we'll see what Marvel does, but I don't think they'll use him. I also want to show you guys this Easter egg of Lou Ferrigno. Lou Ferrigno was an actor who played the Hulk in the late 70s, early 80s Hulk television show. It's a pretty good show. Go check it out on Netflix. But in this Easter egg, he's playing a security guard that Edward Norton, Bruce Banner, delivers a pizza to. And then there's another possible reference in a conversation between Boss Rouse and Agent Blonsky. They talk about a soldier serum developed in the 1940s, and that's a reference possibly to Captain America and his soldier serum developed in the 1940s. So I'll end this video talking about the end credit scene of this movie. It was really exciting at the time. It was the first time we ever saw a superhero appear in another superhero's film. You see Tony Stark talk to Boss Rouse at the end of the film, talking about how he's recruiting and putting a team together. So it's a hint for the Avengers. That wraps up this video. If you enjoyed it, please smash that motherfucking like button and subscribe. Check out my past 2 videos. I'll be uploading on a consistent weekly basis. I'll see you next week. That right there was a little bit of a sneak peek of a little something I've been working on. Stay tuned.